Greetings, friends. My name is Ryan Saucier, and today we're going to be talking about highly mobile and at-risk student programs in Texas. So, what is the highly mobile and at-risk students program? Well, it's divided into several parts found in Texas. TA recognizes five different distinct portions of this program. One is the Texas Education for Homeless Children and Youth. These are for kids who have unstable households, who are sometimes living in other areas, and who are basically without a normalized home. They could be living with grandparents, could be living with other family members, but they don't have a typical nuclear family. Another area that they want to address is foster care and student success. So these are for students who are in foster care, whether they are at a state school or whether they are with a foster host family or with someone else that's not their biological family. Another area that is highly utilized is the Pregnancy Related Services Program. This is for pregnant students who are still in public schools, who are trying to graduate and gain credits, and who are pregnant with children or young mothers. Another resource that we're going to talk about is the Dropout Prevention Program. This assists students with staying in school and preventing them from dropping out and becoming a statistic and not a graduate. And finally, what I'm going to emphasize today is the Military Family Resources Program that falls under the umbrella of Highly Mobile and At-Risk Students Program. There are several reasons for this, but one of the biggest reasons is that their parents could be deployed or that they move around quite often from post to post. So with that being said, the Highly Mobile and At-Risk Program, managed by the Texas Education Agency, focuses on supporting students who are homeless, in foster care, or facing other high mobility challenges. The HMAR unit aims to enhance educational experiences and outcomes for these students by providing resources, training, and support. And many of their key initiatives are listed below. The one we're going to focus on today is the Military Connected Students, the HMAR program, and how it supports military families and their children and offers resources and professional development opportunities for educators in order to implement these opportunities and retain students and have them be academically successful in school. So our Texas Education Code 25.06 requires districts and open enrollment charter schools to collect data to identify their military connected student population. And then they submit that to TEA. Why is this important? Well, a student would qualify under this if their parents were active duty, if their parents were in the National Guard, or any other type of military service that could impact their family's location. Currently, Texas has the second highest number of military connected students in the entire nation, with over 230,000 students attending public and open enrollment charter schools. Moreover, every school region in Texas has identified military connected students, so it impacts everybody. On average, military connected children move 6 to 9 times during their K through 12 education. I personally have some students at Kennard who have moved 12 times in their career in public education, and she's only a sophomore in high school with a pending movement again, unfortunately. Approximately 30% of these students are between the ages of 6 and 11, so it does impact our elementary students quite significantly and some of our junior high students. And these children are from military families, are twice as likely to serve in the military as their civilian peers. Moreover, there is this concept called the Military Interstate Children's Compact Commission, MIC3. This commission more or less helps ensure smooth transitions for students from post to post wherever they may land across the country or the globe. This compact addresses key educational issues such as enrollment, placement, attendance, eligibility, and even graduation. When it comes to school district level policies, Contraction doesn't have a policy on this, so that'll be something I address with our administrators to get something on the books since we do have students that are impacted. But overall, as far as administration and staff required trainings, there really are none that are required. However, there are tons of webinars and professional development opportunities offered from TEA for school districts. So these are found on their website, and I'll list that website on the post on Blackboard. There's also administrator and counselor training that are offered as well. And ultimately, the district is responsible for coordination of these efforts for these at-risk students. Furthermore, when it comes to the administrator's responsibilities, they're to maintain compliance with this program for their school district. They're to ensure that equitable identification is made with these students and ensuring that PEIMS codes are identified and applied correctly. Their job is to protect instructional time as well for these students, regardless of where they may be at, and also support teachers with the implementation of any educational policies that may impact these students, and also communicate with families. And that's probably one of the biggest deals. All of this being said, I'm very passionate about helping these students. I've had students who were military connected students for many, many years now, whether that be at the secondary level or at the college level. And my heart always goes out to them because their life has been very chaotic all through their educational lives. This article I found, written by Alfano, Lau, Valderas, Bunal, and Beidel, talks about the impact of military deployment on children, placing development risk in context. And so this goes back to looking at how students are impacted by moves based on their parents' careers in the military, learning, etc. So please take a look when you have an opportunity. I've listed both the DOI number and the link to the website there in the PowerPoint slide. And I'll also list that on the Blackboard site as well. So based on the article and based on, I guess, my passion for helping out these kids, two reflective questions were posed. One, how can normalized classroom practices impact the stress coping skills of children of deployed parents? And also, is academic performance impacted by the migration of children of deployed military parents? So two things there that really I like to focus on. How are the kids coping with things, and then also how are they doing academically? So thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. My contact information is listed below. So if you'd like to visit about anything else, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.